So the new patch drop for 1.1 update just dropped. We'll go through it and see what's up with that. You can see, first of all, technology that they removed U5 and added U4 back. Basically, there was people having problem with DX12 or performance issues, so that should fix that. What it means, it's basically they came back to what they were using in the legacy, where if objects were too far, it just despawns. While with Nanite, as it was for 1.0, if an object like you could be in Ravine and see a rock that is in Arch Cave. So yeah, it was causing some performance issue. They added anti-cheat with the possibility to disable it if needed. Some server can choose to disable it for the server for whatever reason. The problem I see with it is now you can only use 2 instances of the dragon, so if people were using Sandboxy to breed or some stuff, they can only use 2 accounts now. I don't really see why you would need more than 2 accounts, honestly, but I know some people wanted more than that. Now on the game, they did a new Elder mechanic that some people already explained, so that's a good thing. Before it was just passive. Crash report, double tap attack functionality that is for the Flamestalker. It's getting a tail attack, so there won't be a specific keybind for it. But if you double left click, there's going to be secondary attack that will be added in the future. They did an in-game secret method to acquire Skookens, so that's interesting. I'm not sure what they're talking about there. So before there was if you grew a nested iconic without logging off, you could unlock the Melanistic. So apparently there's new methods now. Does that apply only for the Melanistic, or is there new skins to unlock? We'll have to discover. AMD SR3, that's optimization for the graphics. I'm not sure if that works for the NVIDIA graphic cards or only for AMD. But yeah, if you have an AMD card, definitely use those. Admin. Disable day and night cycle, disable random weather options, and disable easy anti-cheat in the server configuration, so that's for server owners. Admin spectators now have a formal night vision, that's really nice. Couldn't really see much in the night before spectate, but you had no night vision or thermal vision or nothing. Nesting, increased dragon random spawn dominant stat max grade from D plus to C plus. So what that means is when you spawn with a random egg, before you could only get D plus at max, now you can get up to C plus. So that's they're going back on the nerf that to the spawn chance. Before it was in Legacy it was up to B plus, but yeah, it got nerfed and now it's kind of getting back. That's a good thing, honestly. If you're a solo player, those stats can really help you. Dominant stats now have a higher chance to pass on than recessive stats by default. That is really good. So if you were statting before, you had basically 2 stats for every attribute of your dragon. So your life expectancy, for example, if you had like B plus, you also have a hidden stat, for example, like C minus or anything, and it was like a 50-50 chance to pass that C plus or that C minus or that B plus. Now you have more chance to pass the B plus, which is good. Dominant mutation chance of passing the dominant skin is reduced to make it easier to craft rarer skins. I'm not sure if skin crafting is in the update, but for the future it might be useful. Improved distance checking for courtship nesting invitation, yeah, that's really good. It was sometimes very random to try to drop nests and stuff. Biolumin, some animation missing, some missing sounds. Emotes 6 to 9 no longer require an unobtainable Biomin Kickstarter DLC, so if you don't own the DLC now, you have access to those emotes. Biolumin can no longer spray player on PvE unless they're in the same group. Baby Bio should now have an easier time overing. Yeah, it was a bit hard, so that's good. Biolumin taunt emote no longer moonwalks. Okay, that's never encountered that before. So Inferno Ravager is getting a lot of buffs this update. So the Inferno ability, when it's on fire, now it provides a stun protections, it reduces plasma, lightning, acid damage by 50%, and force damage by 25%. Well, we don't really care about that. Yeah, 50% is a lot. This rejection happened before armor rejection and doesn't require armor protection. So it does not take into account this already existing stat, like if you had like 30% plasma resistance, it doesn't add on top of it. It reduced by 50% basically, and then if you have 30% reduction, it reduced then again by 30%. Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. DR could be one shot by 2 full charge by SS, not even full charge. So yeah, it was very weak. Bio can no longer be applied when the ability is active. Improve Infernal Ravager flight takeoff. Yeah, the jump was very low to the ground, so it was hard to take off a lot of time. Added Infernal Ravager fireball attack. Okay, so I don't know the damage of this, but that is basically a plasma shot. Wait, I don't know the damage. The problem I see with this, and we'll see if they came with a counter for that, is that the IR has like the Flamestalker ball regeneration, right? You know, when you flame, your ball regenerate very fast unless you reach 0. So what that means is that you can basically spam the fireball unless they put a thing like the Shadow Scale if you charge shots. You know, it takes more time to recharge the bile. Yeah, we'll see if they. Otherwise, you can just spam the fireball. We'll see if it works or not. Rhino extinguish Inferno at prevent activation. Yeah, makes sense. Slightly increased Inferno Ravager turn rate. I didn't feel it was bad, but maybe. Inferno Ravager now use the proper Wyvern carcass instead of Dragon carcass. IR changing lost emote. Okay, so that's fixed. So yeah, IR is gonna be very strong now. Because now more resistance to SS and Blitz. Also acid. And it now has a fireball attack, which is gonna make it way more reliable in the air. Like before, the flame, it was literally impossible to touch anything. I don't know what they did with the flame, but the range on it was non-existent. You had to like go through the enemy to do damage with your flame, so might as well use its ability to do it. It's the same thing. There's a drawback though, because if you use the ability, your ball doesn't recharge, right? So you cannot flame or use fireball while you do that, otherwise you will get out of bile. So you can play it more defensive or more offensive now, which is kind of cool. Flamestalker. Adult Tornado Flamestalker can now use tail attack, which does armor piercing damage and gain extra damage from the strength attribute. To use tail swap, double attack on the attack, blah blah blah. So yeah, now you have a tail attack if you want to attack from behind. I don't really see the use of it. We'll see how that plays out. The armor piercing, very strong. It's what gives bleed and stuff. So if it's like guaranteed bleed, it's gonna be very, very strong. Otherwise, I don't know. I think it's just a feature. It's not really how bite fights happen, but it might change it. I just did Flamestalker armor mitigation, fire mitigation base from 80 to 85, frost from 0 to 10, lighting from 0 to 60, so it basically gets more defenses against fire. It's gonna take a bit more time to burn a Flamestalker now. Frost is not in game, and lightning is to 60. I'm not sure what is the plasma resistance. So in between 80 and 60, it's not that big of a difference. It's gonna be resistant to lightning, but it's gonna take damage still. Improve color vision when using night vision. Okay. Its sense no longer begins ends with a fade 2 from black. Yeah, that's good. Could just blind yourself if you use the thermal vision. Increasing its sense detection up to 70 meters, that's really good. It was impossible to use before. I don't know how it stayed that long with that short distance. Its sense can now be used while running or fly boosting. Yeah, that's good. It was very annoying. Haya and Flamestalker cannot generate more heat. Added its sense ability icon tracker to help player know much time they have to reactivate it. So basically it's gonna be, I think, to the right of the stam bar. You have a little icon that tells you how long the thermal vision is still gonna be active. That's useful. Like, it was annoying to just try to tell with the sound. Incense can now be deactivated by holding skill button, really good. Before you could, like, you use it and then something attacks you, but you literally don't see it because the range is so short. And now you can deactivate it. Incense now lasts longer and costs slightly more stamina. Okay, nice balance. Shadow Scale. Rain now prevents Shadow Cloak from obtaining full invisibility. Okay, so that only applies to you if you're like on the ground trying to full cloak. Yeah, I mean that's gonna be annoying if you try to cloak to avoid someone, but other than that, it's not a massive debuff. Improve color vision when using night vision. Okay, reduce cost of activating Shadow Cloak 20 to 12. Shadow Cloak now use stamina to maintain when moving, so they basically reverted what they did with 1.0. Like, you could cloak and fly around without consuming stam. Now it's back to what it was in Legacy, where it consumed stam while flying and stuff. I think that's good. That's good. Like, it was just annoying to fight against. People would just cloak and disappear. There was like no counterplay to it. The Acid Splitter. Ooh, the Acid Splitter. Increased swimming speed when swimming underwater. It's been something that's been asked for a very long time. So that's good stuff, but it's not very useful. Increased Venom mitigation. Yeah, Venom is not in the game, doesn't matter. Yeah, is this gonna be in a tough spot for this update? Because Aya is getting the fireball, right? The Flamestalker is getting the tail attack, so you cannot tail ride FS anymore. The Blitz will be able to stun you, and if it rains, the decay gets removed by the rain. So if it's raining, you might as well just switch Dragon. Like, the only thing you can do is bite fight, and the only thing you can bite fight is other SD, so SD, I don't know, it's not gonna be very strong for this update. Blitz is added to the game with its skin, with the nest, blah blah blah. Blitz Tracker has a lightning ability passive. This enables Blitz to detect weather change and grant no cost flight during thunderstorm while flying a thunderstorm. Adult Blitz Tracker can summon lightning strike to recharge their ball completely. Summoning costs stamina and the strike inflicts stamina exhaustion. Okay. So you can detect weather change. You can fly without costing stamina during thunderstorm. I think that's very strong. That's maybe too strong. Like, you can basically escape literally anything. I would have put like a rejection. No cost flight sounds very OP. You can recharge the ball by summoning lightning, but it consumes stam and gives stamina exhaustion. So yeah, I think that's a fair way to balance it. Storm Calling has been added to the game. This is a new mechanic that allows Thunder or Blitz Strikers under the right condition to summon a thunderstorm once per game day. Yeah, that's a mechanic. From what there was in the live stream, you need like a lot of Blitz and a lot of time to summon it, so I don't know if it's really useful or if it's gonna be used at all. Like, you really need a lot of them or a long time. But yeah, that's a thing. Lightning Blast now has a chance to stun, which increases directly during the rain. So Lightning Blast is the Divine attack. It's kind of like a Flamestalker Flame. It's a laser, basically. So yeah, it has a chance to stun. I don't know what the chance is. We'll see. Blitz AoE has a 100% chance to stun, but requires a full bar, so you can use the full bar like a SS charge shot to do AoE around you, area of effect, and that has a 100% chance to stun anything in the radius. The radius isn't big though, the radius is quite small. It's like maybe 1-2 FS flame around you, so I think that's fair. I don't know how long is the stun. Being part of the Amphitheater family, Blitz Bite are venomous and cause poison status which inflicts sickness over time. That's basically the Shroom status effect. It gives you sickness. If you're at 100%, you start taking damage, you die in like 4 ticks or something. It's mostly there to kill bugs. I don't think it's gonna have much impact on the PvP. Yes, you can bite stuff, but honestly, I think Blitz is so squishy. It might be the dragon with the least HP right now. I mean, except Bio. So you're not gonna bad fight anything. Environment. Updated FF map, fixing issue, adding new place, and new. Yeah, that's good change. They basically did a lot of bushes, like permanent bushes that doesn't despawn if you're in potato, and rocks too. The ground is really more covered now. That's a buff a bit to the ASD, but again, if you go in like render distance potato, it's like Legacy, everything despawns, so I don't know. Added new random weather system, weather types such as rain and thunderstorm no impact on gameplay. Yeah, we saw that. So the rain and thunderstorm give the wet effect, which basically it's like going in the water, right? It removes the decay and the fire. Admin cannot change weather. I think it's been there for a while. Player can no longer use night vision during daylight. Okay. Improved night vision effectiveness in darkness night. Never really got an issue with that. Added foliage interaction. Okay. Added new water interaction. Okay. Sound, added weather audio, volume slider. Yes, finally. You just have like that white noise constantly in your ears, no matter what unless you like cut every audio of the game. So that's very nice to be able to disable that. Updated dead value sounds. Audio should not be heard when alt tabbing. Yeah, I think it was more than a bug than anything. UI. Added UI slider that appears when equipping Shimmer Pearl, so you can basically have like 20 or 80% Shimmer now if you want. Why not? Updated option menu. Added accessibility option for accessibility. So lightning normal ranges disable, emissive, static, auto dim. Honestly, I think everybody's gonna play in static on PvP, because otherwise it's like when you turn on enough night vision, it's like, or if you go out of water, or if there's lightning and stuff, auto dim basically makes it so like your eyes kind of have to adapt to the new lightning, so you're gonna see very dark for a few seconds, while static you just instantly see bright or not. So there's no point playing in auto dim. It's just too annoying. Player menu in your reflex time of day properly. I added flight input keybind for flight turn left and right finally. Like everybody that wasn't in QWERTY, so all the other player could not turn left and right in flight. I mean, they could, but with the default keybind, so it does not correspond to whatever you put. So yeah, if you realize that you had to use different keybinds while flying, it was pain. Added new raindrop, added new various string effects. Yeah, settings, sorry. So that's a thing when you can choose when you're in first person. You can choose to have like the flame around your screen or like the rain around your screen only on first person or first or third person. New white status icon, server browser blah blah. Server browser tooltip no shows if day, night circles and random weathers are big. Okay, so that's when you're on the server list, you can see the settings of the server. Rework controller input menu with now has 2 submenu. I'm curious, do people play DoD on a controller? Like, real question. I'd be curious, is it good on controller? I don't know. I never had anybody playing the game on controller. But it's good that it's the possibility. I did an emote wheel, and what's all that is emote wheel. So yeah, basically now instead of having the number, I mean you have the number still, but you can also have a wheel when you have all the emotes in it. That's cool. I did double tap speed in controller menu. I'm not sure what that is. Camera FOV is now capped at 100 degree. Yikes, big screen users. Good luck to you. So it was 120 before, I'm pretty sure. I used to play in 120 and it felt good, but 100 feels very, very small. So if you have a massive screen, yeah, you're gonna have to turn your head a lot. Improve the server filters features so it is more user-friendly. Yeah, it was not very nice to use, really. Main menu does not connecting when using easy anti-cheat until connection of 2. I don't know what EOS is. Completes. Okay. Combat. Added new and much improved PvP detection for all dragon, finally. So what it was, it's like, no matter the strength of the dragon, the hitbox was like the T-pose. So bite fighting was dead. It was just cookie clicker. Everybody, person that clicks the fastest win. There was like no turn fighting, nothing. Yeah, good thing. We'll see if it works in the sky with the desync. Improved projectile targeting when getting flyers. Yeah, that's like you could shoot at an FS for 30 minutes and yet not take any damage because the model is not where it is. So hopefully that helps with that. Made huge improvement to bite detection while flying. Honestly, I feel like that was the thing that worked the best. Like I didn't... biting in the air was the only reliable way to deal damage so far. So it's better apparently, we'll see. The hitbox used to be a bit under you. Maybe it is more with the model now, we'll see. Updated several ragdolls. It decals are now visible at longer distance. I think it's when you bite something, there's like blood splat. You can see it for longer distance now. Yeah, why not? Revoke sickness mechanic. The young and the old are more susceptible to poison and envenomation. So I thought it was already a thing for the young, but apparently not. For the old, so they're talking about the elder. So that means that like a baby blitz can just bite an elder and it will be very susceptible to the poison. It can be bad. I don't know. I don't see the point of having the elders be more susceptible. I mean, I see in a roleplay perspective why, but gameplay wise, I don't know. I don't like the idea. Reduce the amount of damage player take from falling and colliding with trees. Yeah, it was way more punitive than Legacy. You could take like 80 or even 90% damage just from slightly hitting a tree sometime. So yeah, it's good that they fixed that a bit. Player must have at least 1 point in scavenger mutation to eat carcasses. So that's a big nerf to agility build, right? Because now if you want to grow like a Flamestalker or anything, you will have to put 1 point in scavenger if you want to eat bodies. Doesn't apply to bug. Bug don't have carcasses. But I feel it's gonna make more killing on PvP, like more random killing, because now if you don't have scavengers, like personally I only play full agility. The extra time is just better. But now you can only eat like half the body if you don't have 1 point in scavenger. I mean, I added more depth to the point system, but I don't see the need of it. Made improvement to better randomize player starting location. Yeah, you could spawn 20 times in Elder Forest, well, there was just death for you, so that's good. Enable parent inventory in survival maps. Okay, I didn't even know it was disabled. Status affix. Being in water now applies the wet status, which lasts for 3 seconds after leaving water. Wet status now protects from decay, burning, bio effects. Wet status increased chance of being critted by lightning damage. Okay, so that's interesting. So yeah, we know that the water remove fire, decay, bioluminescence. So when it rains, don't play ASD, no point. It removes the only useful utility of the ASD. But it also increased the chance of being crit by lightning damage. That's interesting. So Blitz is gonna be very strong in a storm. It's gonna have infinite stun. It's gonna have 100% chance. Yeah, it's gonna be an increased stun chance. It's gonna have increased damage. It can recharge his ball in the air for the cost of a few stamina. Yeah, I mean, the infinite stamina is the problem. But yeah, lightning damage, more damage when you're in the water, that makes sense. Added a new stun status effect, stun prevent player from moving or acting for X seconds. Lightning damage stuns when it crits. Okay. So that's basically the stun status effect. Lightning damage stuns when it crits, so you want to play Blitz, Scavenger, or Breeder. I think those are the two that adds crit chance. Because the higher the crit, the more stun you will do. That's interesting. We're not gonna see that many agility builds, maybe. Add a new stun animation. Rain now remove. Prevents burning, decay, bio, and as well. Yeah, we saw that. Poison comes into two types now, okay? Poison by ingestion and poison by injection. One can be immune to one or the others, neither or both. Okay, I would have liked to see the specification. Like I know ASD was immune to poison ingestion, so maybe it's not to injection. Sorry. Yeah, I would have liked to have a list on that. Flight added new stationary overflight ability, currently only used for Blitz Striker. Hybrid will also have this. Yeah, that's the bio over, but you cannot move front back. Left right, I assume. Yeah, it's just like up down, I think. AI. I did the new Snam Swapper class 4 AI that lurks in or near water. Beware of old snappers. So this is likely gonna be like in Lime, 4 ponds, maybe Big Lake, but I don't know. I think they only have a bite attack, they're not really a threat. Except maybe for SD, but you swim faster. Hopefully you swim faster than them. Added AI swimming mechanic, yeah. I wonder if bugs can swim. Fixed the issue where player with DX12 would get, yeah, so people at that error couldn't just log into the game. Fixed the infamous flight glitch, which caused player to lose flight immediately after takeoff. I don't know, I heard it didn't change too much from the test server. We'll see. But yeah, it was basically when you take off, you just stop all momentum instantly and just fall back to the ground when you're trying to fly. Very annoying. It's been there for years. Fix broken byte collision for Inferno Ravager and Flamestalker. I don't know what they mean by that, broken byte collision? I'm not sure what that means. Fixed the model of the Biolumin, Blitz Striker, Flamestalker, Inferno Ravager, Shadow Scale, Blue Watcher Dragon. To fix the misaligned eyes, okay, whatever. Fixed an issue where Elder gross progress would show 100 when the percentage went, yeah, it was like, I think on the ASD. You have a tick at, or maybe, yeah, I think it was ASD. ASD, it would show 100%, and the percentage was lower than that. So you would be 100%, but not Elder. Fix an exploit allowing player to accept an egg, then go back to their sleeping dragon if they didn't like the stat. Yeah, if you go back to spawn menu, I think, or alt for the game, you could go back to your previous dragon. Fixed a bug where assist splitters could sprint indefinitely without stamina. Okay, I didn't know that. Fixed an issue where the bioadmin was struggling to get A+, A++. Yeah, well, nobody cares about that. Fixed an issue where restoring VO could cause a game crash. Yep. Random skin nesting bug. I mean, there's no skin crafting, so. Bug that prevents Nest from being killed. Yep. You couldn't interact with Nest at all, so you could not destroy them either. An issue with ASD and Shadow Scale could shoot a player behind them by zooming the camera out. I heard that was a thing, never saw it actually happen. The Shadow Scale Plasma, at least, I don't know for the ASD. The projectile is dynamic, so you can like curve it if you move your camera in a certain way. I don't know if they will change that too. I assume yeah, they just removed the possibility of doing that. Fixed a bug that prevents Inferno Ranger and Flamestalker from being able to do bite damage while flying. Yeah, you could not bite in the air unless you cancel flight. But yeah, it's a thing that's been here since years. Since yeah, FS has been here already. So yeah, we'll see how the new hitbox go with that. An issue where server was calculating hitbox position from the T-pose. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. All the hitbox were basically T-pose. So bite fight were dead. A bug where server with group damage disabled. Yeah, so you could apply DK to people that are in group with you. Very annoying. An issue where II would not move. Okay, it's been there for a while. A bug preventing admin spectator from being able to see global. Yep, very annoying. A bug where Fire Breath audio would continue to play if the attack was cancelled quickly after starting. Yeah, minor audio bug. Exploit where Inferno could ignite indefinitely and another player would not see it. Yeah, I think that's more server synchronization issue. A bug where playing would sometimes experience very slow and jittery turning on the the turning glitch. Finally it's fixed, so if you switch between dragons, sometime, very often actually, you could not turn, almost not turn at all. It was very jittery and very slow. I rectified for opening the character panel, social panel. I don't know if it includes. Sometimes you open the character panel and you're just stuck in it. You just have to alt F4 the game. Otherwise, you just have the panels on your face constantly. Missing nest interaction menu. Yes, same thing with the parenting being killed. An issue where Baby Iron look around idle was using the wrong animation. Okay. Fix some issue with the being carried camera to eliminate jitter, so it could work better when carried. Oh, yeah, when you were being carried, it was very laggy for you, or sometimes you just the dragon that's carrying you just disappear and you're just stuck in midair until it drops you. Some animation blending issue that were mostly noticeable on the shadow scale in growth stage halfway between Jubi and Adult. Okay, I don't know what that is. And many performance issue, yeah. So yeah, that concludes the patch note. A lot of good stuff, a lot of big bug being fixed. We'll see if the takeoff glitch is actually fixed, because it's like the second or third time they say it's fixed, it's not fixed. Yeah, for the dragon, Aya is gonna be very strong. It might be the meta for this update. It gets a lot of buffs. It's gonna be way more useful in the air. It's gonna be actually useful against Shadow Scale. Yeah, very good dragon also to hold place with the default piercing damage it has, cause bleed a lot of damage. FS getting a slight buff, fire damage, fire resistance, and the tail attack. We'll see if the tail attack is very strong or not. Its sense buff also was something that should have been there for a while, honestly. The thermal vision was way too short in my opinion. SS, big nerf, but it was just too strong. Superior. ASD is gonna be very weak, I feel. Like I said, if it's raining, just switch dragon. It's a bio, it's more useful. Blitz, yeah, also very strong during a thunderstorm. Infinite stamina, more stun. It can recharge bile. I think the bile recharge by default is very slow, so you might need the thunderstorm to recharge your bile. That's kind of a way to balance it. It might be balanced, honestly. It might be balanced. We'll see. Because it's useless on the ground, right? It has no HP. I don't think it has very much bite force. We'll see. Yeah, there's the new storm, the wet statues. Many fixes to the UI, many fixes to the game. So that was the patch note, yeah. We'll see how that goes.